So welcome back. I'm back again for another trading recap. So yesterday we had a small loss. So today let's see if I can recover from yesterday's small loss and if I can recover more of this account before the weekend. So Sunday I will also make my weekly analysis on gold. So Sunday I will also be back. So let's talk a little bit about the plan for today. So non-farm payroll news has already gone out, and we had a big push up. So we are at the moment very bullish, but we have mitigated an important for our fair value gap and swept important highs. So maybe we can dump a little bit this session, but let's see if I find confirmations. But let's see, here we have a big break of structure, and we have reacted from the zero point 0.5 equilibrium levels, so we can see a dump here, but I honestly prefer to take longs today. I on the last days I was always trying to catch reversals, and did not go on well, even when I was following my strategy, and even when I was confident about the reversal, but the reversals did not happen. So today I would just move with the trend to improve and to learn from my mistakes. We are still bullish on the 15 minutes, 5 minutes, so we can still see a move up. So let's see, we have also news at 3 p.m., so I will wait for the news, and then I will see if I will take a trade or not, always only if I find confirmations. So like and subscribe, and in the end of the video I'll be back. So like and subscribe, and see you soon. welcome back. I'm back again, and as you can see, the price is moving to my TP1, and TradeWalker is glitching a little bit because of my internet, but the internet looks okay. But the price is going to my TP1. Here at the TP1, I will close 0.01 watts or 0.02. I don't know. I entered with a small position because I want to gain confidence again. So I will not risk 1%. I'm risking 0.5%. So I don't know if I will close off the position here because it's very small profits, but let's see. I will close a position here at this high, and then we'll move my stop loss to break even. So let's talk a little bit about why I took this trade. Alright, it's my TP1, so I closed 0.01 lot, so I have still 75% of the position moving. So stop loss to break even already. I'm managing on my phone. So let's talk why I took this trade. So in the market open we were a little bit bearish, but on higher time frames we were still bullish on the 5 minutes and the 15 minutes. We gone lower, we swept a lot of lows, and then we respected also a 1 minute fair value gap, a bullish one, and then we after the news was bullish for the market, so we pumped a lot, we broke structure, we reacted from a bullish fair value gap, we disrespected the bearish fair value gap and started going higher, and I just put my entry at the inverse fair value gap. So and the price did eat my entry, gone to my take profit, and now eat the stop loss. But we were risk free, stop loss at break even. So today we have a small win of $5. That's 0.1% of the account, so not very big, but I followed my strategy, I followed my plan that I'm going to risk a little bit less, so I can improve and put more trades. So for today, this is the trade, not the best, but it my TP1 at least, and my risk management was good. So Sunday I'll be back. So like and subscribe, and see you Sunday.